Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is and has been. So today is such a beautiful day, and today, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget you could share my videos with your family, your friends. A bird? A rabbit? Yes, silly old rabbit. Tricks are for kids. And yes, you could share my videos with a bird or a rabbit. And also, you can check out my playlist and follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, as always, Starlight wants to say thank you to all of you that are here loving and supporting me. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And thank you for all of you that subscribe to my YouTube channel or leave me a message down below, or you even share my videos. Thank you so much for being a part of this family. And also, I want to say, if you haven't gotten out in nature, please go, get away from the remote control, the computer, and come on out and, breathe in some of that beautiful air, get out in nature somewhere, and bring out your husband, wife, your family, your kids. How about the dog? Yes, bring your dog. Make sure your dog has plenty of water, and don't forget those little bags, because shit happens. And besides that is, thank you all of you again. And today's video is about, are you grateful? Are you grateful for what you have, or is it never enough? You always wanting more and more and more and more. In this video is, I'm here to teach you about, be grateful for what you have now. Be grateful for the things. Be grateful for your family. Are you grateful for your family, that they're here and that their health is really, that they're in good, healthy conditions? So you need to be grateful. Even the smallest things that we need to be grateful for. Be grateful for your mom, your dad, and how are they doing? So if they're doing great, spend some time with them. Make sure you say, Mom, Dad, I love you, and let them know how much you appreciate them. If you got family that has been loving and supporting you and that they're there for you, sometimes we do have to let people go that are not really loving and supporting us. So you got to be mindful of the kind of people that you bring into your reality, and the ones that you got to let go. Is you need to know the difference. But the ones that have been there for you, those are the ones that you need to return energy back to those people. Be there for them, help them out when they have a need, and also being grateful for life. Be grateful. I just knew a lady the other day that she was in the hospital, and so, be grateful that you're not in the hospital. There's a lot of people that, it might have been something through their genes, it might have been something through their ancestors, or something that they did that caused them to have bad health issues. Like the lady that just was, out in a hospital, it was because a lot of different things are going on. But alcohol could be a really bad thing to have, is when you're have an addiction with alcohol or drugs or even cigarettes. So on that is to be grateful if you are a smoker or you've smoked in the past, and if you are working on kicking that habit, congratulations. But it's best, and this might sound messed up, it's when you are focused on doing something like that. Starlight had to learn the hard way. The best thing to do is not to say anything to anybody and just do it. Know why? Because Starlight has said many things to many family members throughout her life. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And you know what? A lot of times I didn't follow through. I kind of, whoops, or forgot. So it's best to, quit without even saying anything to anyone. That way, you know what? If you slip up and then you're smoking again, or you're drinking again, or whatever addictions you have, then, you know, you didn't tell all these people that I'm giving it up, and then, you know, then you're going to feel horrible when they see that you're, well, that's a joint, right? Smoking a cigarette or drinking alcohol, is that people are going to like, I thought you said you quit. And then it's going to make you feel guilty. It's going to make you feel sad. So you really want to protect yourself at all costs when it comes to saying that you're going to give up something. And that is for somebody out there right now that is, I met a guy the other day that he wants to quit. Congratulations. You know, just avoid people that are smoking cigarettes. Don't, you know, try to avoid being around that kind of stuff, so then you're able to quit easier. So what are you grateful for? You know, and I am grateful that I'm able to come out here in nature. I love this. I love, you know, Starlight doesn't spend her time inside all day. Absolutely not. Starlight is outside with the birds and the bees and the leaves and the trees, and, you know, the butterflies flying around and the dragonflies floating around, you know, flying around. Yeah, so I'm out here with the geese, the ducks, the squirrels, all my little animal friends, you know, is that is where you want to spend time. That's how you're going to find out more about you, is by getting out in nature. And you don't have to be around people. Woo, Starlight, her phone, it's a little breezy right here, right now. So, yes, be grateful that you're able to get out in nature, and that you have legs. I was just, I wrote this down on my Grateful book the other day, not the Grateful Dead. Starlight used to listen to those, but I said, I'm grateful for my eyes, that I could see, you know. I'm grateful for my mouth, you know. I'm grateful that I have my teeth still. I'm grateful that I can taste food, and, you know, I can chew it, you know, and I can swallow it, and I don't have to be hooked up to a machine. I am so grateful that I can hear that horn. You know, I have family members that can't see, so that's why I definitely am so grateful, because I know what it's like, you know, having family members that can't see. And sorry about this. It's let me see if I can. I'm not going to be able to really do too much right now because the wind. But yeah, be grateful that you have eyes to see, and that, you know, that you have arms and you got fingers, you know, and that, you know, some of you, you know, it's hard to say who I'm talking to here, but and if there's things that I mention that you know, you might not have, be grateful for everything else, you know, that you do have, because, you know, when we sit and complain about how bad it is, there's always somebody that has it way worse. So always remember that. You know, I used to work with disabled people a lot when I was younger. My daughter was too, you know, around the same time that we both were working, helping out people with disabilities, you know, and it's a big learning experience. You know, people in wheelchairs, be grateful that you have your two legs, that you can, you know, walk or run. Whoops, sorry. Oops. So, whoopsie, sorry. Is be grateful, like I said, about your family. How about your friends? Do you got any friends? Do you got friends? Starlight's got one. You know, Starlight's got one friend that has showed themselves that they're my friend. I know their name, you know, and I know so much about this person, where some people, you know, they just meet me and, you know, they might think that we're friends, but no, that's what's wrong with society these days, is that people are too much in a rush, you know, and to claim that, you know, it's great that we have people out in the world that help us out or support us one way or another, but, you know, we're family right here. But I do have that one special friend out there somewhere. Where is he? So anyway, yes, and on that note, that is a big huge problem, is what is wrong with the world, is that men and women, you know, or these days, you know, which has been going on a long time, is men and men or women and women, you know, is that people are too much in a rush to hurry things up and why are you in such a hurry? You know, why not slow down? And that is what Starlight has been doing for years. I've been single for a long time now because I've been doing the inner work and working on myself, so that way I do connect with the right one and resonate to the right one. So with that being said, so there's people out there that wonder, are you my friend? Do I even know your name? You know, I don't know, there's people I don't know nothing about. I don't know anything about you, so slow down on, we are family. That is what we are. We are family, and I got a bee that wants to, yeah. I know you guys are probably like, Starlight, you should have been jumping. Nah, the bee is fine. It's my friend. That's a message from the universe. Did you know, is when a bee comes and visits you, what does it mean when you see a bee? You got to look that up. I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to be wrong. So are you grateful for the place that you live? And, where do you live? You live in your car? No. Starlight lives in her car for temporarily. You live in a house, right? Well, be grateful for the house. And no matter what you have in life, whatever you have or whatever you own, guess where it came from? God. I worked for it, Starlight. God did not. You be careful about that, really. Whatever you have, we're just borrowing it here. We're not going to take it anywhere with us when we leave this world. So anything that you have, God has been gracious enough to give us those things. Sorry, I'm thinking a bee is on my back, but it's not. Be grateful for everything that you have, and also your children. Do you have children? Be grateful that you do have children, because not everyone can have children. There's people that would love to be a mom. So the things that you have, or the things that you think you own, it's all God's, no matter how you look at it. I'm just borrowing I'm just so grateful that God lets me have things to borrow, as I'm here. Later on that's going to go somewhere else. Somebody else is going to own it. I'm not going to take it with me. So be grateful for your family. Be grateful for your kids. How's your kids' health? And whatever you own or whatever you have or whatever you think you own, is take care of what you have. Take care of you first. Take care of you. Make sure you take care of what God gave you. God gave you a body. God gave you a beautiful heart. Well, do you have a beautiful heart? Or maybe you don't have a beautiful heart. Is that you got to take care of what God gave you. If you don't take care of it by going out and getting exercise, getting out, getting out in nature and breathing in that beautiful air, from Mother Gaia, is, you got to take care of your teeth, your skin, your hair, your body. Make sure you take good care of what God gave you. That means that also be grateful what you have as far as your body goes, and by taking care of it, that means that we got to be mindful of the things that we stick in our mouth, right? What are you eating right now? What kind of food do you eat? Is it stuff that you say, hey, I can eat this without feeling guilty about it? Or are you eating stuff that you know that is not healthy, and when you eat it, you feel guilty, but you say, hey, but Starlight, it tastes really good, but you know that it's not good for you, right? So you need to take good care of your body. How about your mental well-being? Be grateful that you're able to function. Not everybody can, so you got to take care of, be mindful of the kind of things that you let your eyes see, or what you let your ears hear, like the kind of music or the things that you're watching. What are you watching? Are you watching things that are going to help you to become your greatest version or be the change that you want to see in the world? So you got to take good care of every body part, as in the smells, be grateful that you could smell things and smell beautiful things, and then there's sometimes we don't smell beautiful things. So all your body parts, that works and functions, be grateful for all those things, because not everybody has it so easy as you might have it, or like I have it. And also be grateful for your pets and the animals. Where would we be in this world without, of course you guys are eating some of your animal friends. Starlight is not, so you gotta listen to your own body on what you should eat or shouldn't eat. But Starlight doesn't eat her animal friends, and I don't even have a dog or a cat. But if you got pets, make sure you're taking good care of them. Make sure, that you don't leave them in the car, with the window open in the hot summer days, because people don't like to see that. Make sure, they're great animals, and they're like your kids, right? You don't want to leave your kids in a car, when it closed up, and it's all hot. It could be a problem, so take good care of your pets, and make sure they get good water and the right kind of food. If you, Google, find out what is good for your dog or your cat or whatever animal before you feed them, because, it's easy to just, throw them food, on the floor or in a dish that came from your plate, but that food could actually really ruin your dog or cat or whatever animal you have. And be grateful for, like, I always say thank you to anybody that I can for the work that they do out in the world. Is like, I thank the people that make a park look beautiful and that they pick up the litter. Thank you. I'm grateful that I can go to a park, and when they get done, doing all the work that they did, especially over the weekend, that's like, they don't look forward to, especially this weekend here. There's a lot to clean up, a lot going on at this park. So be grateful that you can go to places like hiking trails. So if you're a person that loves to go to parks or get out in nature somewhere, or walk down the street, make sure, be grateful for the people that do the work that they pick up after you. Do you throw trash on the ground? I hope not. Starlight does not do that. Now I throw vegetable stuff out in the woods, where that's good. It's all good for the earth. But don't throw your trash, because there's no reason why trash has got to be all over everywhere you go. Some areas way worse. Be grateful for the people. One day, say thank you to those people that they get paid to do that, and but be grateful that they're here, and say thank you to those people that do this. And be grateful to the men and women that work on the roads or do cement work. I just told a guy the other day, whoops, I'm sitting on a root. My root is down there, it's somewhere at the end of my spine. But the people that make sidewalks, do you ever get to see somebody making a sidewalk? I love cement work. It's beautiful what they can do. But when's the last time that you said, you know what, I appreciate you? How would we get around, in the world without people that do the cement work? So be grateful for the people that make a sidewalk, because we need sidewalks. Be grateful for cleaners out there, is that without cleaners, this would be a dirty place. Be grateful for the people that plant trees and plant bushes and plant flowers all around in the neighborhoods and making it a beautiful place. So be grateful for all these things that, how about the job that you have? Oh, you don't like your job. You're miserable. Well, you could change that, you don't have to stay at a job that you're not happy with. If you're not happy with that job, then start searching for a job or start your own business, so then you're happy with what you're doing. And be grateful for that, there's not that there's dark and light, but there's negative and positive. But for doctors, the doctors that care about you, the doctors that actually want the best, the doctors that aren't always just putting medication in your face and taking all your money, be grateful for the ones that are out there that really didn't let the money overtake them by, and this is what happens, and this can happen to anyone, is when they get so much money, they get greedy, and then they, that is what happens. This can happen with police officers. Be grateful for police officers that we have. And here we go again, there's good and bad, negative and positive, but be grateful for the ones that are out there and they did not get corrupt yet. And how about the fire department people? Be grateful for them. Where would you be if your house burned on fire? And be grateful for them. So, say thank you to the firemen or the police department, or anyone that you can, doctors that are doing their best that they can do. Not that they're going to be perfect. No, they're going to have flaws just like you and me. So when's the last time you were grateful for the clothes that you have? Look at this. These pants I actually bought, but it was because I was able to go to work. I was able to go to work because I was taking good care of myself, but God was helping me to be able to go to work. So sorry, Starlay's got an itch. And this shirt, I got this shirt for free. I am so grateful. Thank you, God. I love this shirt, and I love these sneakers here. I got these. They were like brand new when I got them, and I still have them. But I take good care of my things in this condition. So whatever you have, stop thinking that you got to have more. And like there's a lot of people, they're so materialistic, is that it's, when you realize it doesn't matter about all those things. What matters is about you and your health, what you're eating, getting out and exercising, and be grateful for what you have. And a lot of people, they have so much money, is that they, it's a sickness, some kind of mental problem that they have, is that they're never happy and content with what they have. They're always out, I gotta go get more. I gotta go get more. They're not even happy, and then they're not even taken care of. Now, because the more you bought at your house, the more you gotta take care of. I used to clean houses, so if you don't, you buy a lot of beautiful things in a house that look beautiful, but you don't dust it, then it looks like crap, right? Because Starlight used to have to go in places, and I'm like, wow, there's dust all over. I gotta clean this up, and it takes time. So be wise on where you spend your money, and really, health is wealth. So that is where it starts, is by, instead of going out and buying stuff that don't matter, is, hey, buy some, good healthy food instead of buying, something, just that is going to collect dust in the house. So be grateful for husbands, be grateful for wives, be grateful for your moms and dads, be grateful for your kids and your friends, your grandpas, grandmas, cousins, your sisters and brothers. Let them know that you love them and care for them. When's the last time that you called your mom or dad? I would have to say last week, and some of it, yeah, last week. So reach out to your family, the ones that are loving and supporting you, and be grateful, because if you're not grateful for the things that you have, God doesn't have to bless you with any more. Even though you think that you work to get all those things, guess what? Anything could happen at any given moment in time where you could not go to work. Think about that. You think that you're the one that made it all happen. How do you think you got that job? How do you think, all of this happened? We didn't do this all on our own, because, if we think that we don't need God and that we can do this all on our own, that we don't need anybody, you are wrong. You are wrong. Anything could happen at especially with the politicians and the presidents and all this stuff. Anything could happen at any given time. So be grateful for everything that you have. Be grateful for the job that you have and the family you have. And I love you so much. I am grateful for all of you. I'm grateful that I have people that watch my YouTube. Where would I be if I didn't have people that check out my YouTube? So I love you. You are family here. And I pray that you have a wonderful night. Take good care of your body. Don't abuse it. I've seen a lot of people do that throughout my life. They abuse their bodies. You don't need drugs and alcohol or cigarettes, but take good care of yourself. Take care of what God gave you, because you don't know how long you'll have it. So love yourself enough to say, you know what, I'm not going to smoke cigarettes. They kill people. I'm not going to drink alcohol. They ruin families. They ruin lives. Do the right thing, and you don't have to follow what everybody else is doing. I love you so much. This is Starlight. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave a message down below, beep, 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 and you could share my videos with your family, your friends, a cat, a dog, and you could check out my playlist. Plus, you could find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you so much, and I am grateful for all of you. A lot of you I met in person. I just got a couple new subscribers on my YouTube channel. I met them in person, and I want to thank my mentor and all of you. We are all family here, and I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight, love, light, and